guys, it's Shelly from Our Sickle Life, and I am here with Nesha
from Nesha's Life.
And we are at the Sickle Cell Symposium in Atlanta, Georgia. And this is the first time we're meeting in person. We met over the internet, but yeah, it was so cool when we first met. We literally turned around and we were like, like ran and hugged each other. But yeah, it's so nice to finally meet you. And
if strangers would have seen us, they would have thought like we knew each other, because we were just like, oh my god. I was like, Shelly.
I know. I turned around. I was like, oh, but yeah, I was. You know what? I kind of driving down here. I was like, it would be so nice if like Nesha or Frenchie was there so we could meet in person, because I've met you guys
and I did not even know you guys were coming.
Yeah, we had no clue. Yeah, this was a nice surprise. Yeah. So, is this your first time coming?
This is my first sickle cell conference ever.
Really? Ever?
Ever.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, because when we lived in North Dakota, they knew nothing about sickle cell. Like, they made me go all the way to Minnesota just to see a gene therapist, and then after that, in Indiana, they know a little bit, but still not as much as Chicago. Okay. So this is my first one ever.
Oh, so that's good. First experience.
Yeah.
How are you finding it so far?
So far, so good. I like the best part is getting to meet like other warriors in person, because all of our relationships are like online. Yeah. Unless you find ones that are close by you.
Yeah. So. And it's hard to really have that connection unless you get to like physically interact with the person. And we've been together all evening since like what time? Like
I don't know. Since I got here earlier, and then because I watch your channel, you watch my channel. So it's like we already know each other. Yeah.
Yeah. But so we went to the pool with Ari earlier. We were in the sauna, and the steam room and stuff. So we've been hanging out, getting to know each other, and that's been really fun.
Like talking about our kids and everything in life. We really don't have to explain that much to each other, because already
we kind of similar paths.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, being mothers and being sick and dealing with all that come along with it. So there's lots of stuff packed for this weekend that I'm looking forward to. One thing I know I'm look forward to is the bold lips and bow ties. What's it called?
The bow
ties and bold lips, something like that. It's a prom
or gala
themed
prom.
Gala.
Yeah.
So that should be fun. That's on Saturday
get all
night.
Girly and dresses and dance.
And you'll have to come and do your makeup here.
I know,
since you have none.
Yeah, I brought 4 makeup items, but everybody from my channel knows that I'm more the hair person. I don't know nothing about makeup at all.
So you do my hair, I'll do your makeup.
Right. Yep. Switch.
Yeah.
Do like that. Yeah. You dance.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we can dance.
Yeah. So you guys will be seeing our faces throughout the weekend, and we will let you know what's going on, show you what it's like being at a conference if you've never been to one before. It's a great opportunity, like Nesha was saying, to get to know people and put, faces to voices and to text, because a lot of times it's communicating via
or online. Facebook Messenger. Yeah.
So and
YouTube comments. Right. Yeah.
And making some great connections. There's some amazing families here. Like there's this one family that we met earlier today. She was running the program for the kids. She's got a daughter that has sickle cell, and she's got 8 kids, and out of 8, only one of them has sickle cell. Her name's Lisa. They're such a great family. We had a great time with them today, me and Ari. There's just so much to do, so many things planned. And this year it's cool because now they've got an app where you can download the app and kind of pick and choose what you want to do at different time slots. So you can kind of set your date and where you go. So so we will check back in with you guys as the weekend goes on.
And you'll have some stuff on their channel, some stuff on my channel.
Yeah, so check out both channels and you'll get the full picture from both perspectives of what it's like being here for the Sickle Cell Symposium. Bye. Hi guys, so welcome back, and we are here sitting down with some of the beautiful sickle cell warrior females from this weekend that we met, and I'm going to let them all go through and introduce themselves. So let's start over here with Miss Corin.
Hi, I'm Corin. I'm 26. I live with Sickle Cell SC, and I don't let it stop me.
Good stuff.
Hi, I'm Nesha and I'm 31. I have Sickle Cell SC. My YouTube channel is Nesha's Life, where I spread awareness on sickle cell and basically show how it cannot stop my life and how I live happy with my husband and kids.
Hi, I'm Jay Glass. I am 27 years old. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I have Sickle Cell SS, and I am also a YouTuber. I do makeup and I do sickle cell videos. My YouTube channel is Jay Glass Makeup Pro, so go follow me. And then also I am the CEO of the movement Pretty and Slim with Sickle Cell.
All right. So guys, what did you think about, first of all, let's talk about tonight. We had the gala / prom. What did you guys think about the event tonight? How was it?
I think everybody was beautiful.
Yeah.
And the dresses were amazing. And the guys were handsome. I like the fact that they have this, so the people, I got to go to my prom, but I know a lot of people did not because they were sick. So I like the fact that they can kind of get a piece of what they missed out on.
Anything else?
It was interesting. The awards that were given were interesting.
Yeah, there was.
And it also was very emotional for, some people because some warriors, have fallen. So it was good to see them still receive awards even though they weren't here with us, naturally.
Right.
Phyllis is one of the ones that started many of us on this journey. We lost Phyllis, but many of us carry on in her spirit and in her hand because her goal was unity.
Right, because it's like they still live on, like sickle cell still didn't stop them.
Yeah, and then they had a scholarship in the name of a particular warrior that they just started this year, and I thought that was beautiful.
Yeah,
it was such an amazing tribute,
This year, I am very, very excited to introduce a new award. For those of you that knew him, Doug DeVoe was, nope, we're not doing it. Doug DeVoe was a founding member. He was a founding part of our staff.
So sometimes, the work that goes into just living everyday life as somebody with sickle cell, it's hard, and getting recognition for that and seeing that it's not going unnoticed, because just surviving day to day and dealing with day to day life and then trying to elevate yourself and elevate the community to another level and working together and trying to do these type of events and spread awareness, it takes even that much more effort when you dealing with being sick and whatever. So seeing that recognition was really nice. I thought it was very touching. What do you guys think about the weekend overall so far?
I really like the idea of being able to meet warriors, because my sister also has sickle cell, so I know a warrior, but that's my sister.
Yeah.
But meeting people that I've been talking to online forever, and people commenting on my videos or me commenting on their videos, and finally seeing them, it's like when we seen each other, it's like you would have thought that we've known each other all this time. Like you would have thought a stranger wouldn't have been like, they're online friends.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah, it's like expanding your family, and I like to think of the sickle cell community as like an extended family.
Yeah.
And you guys are now my beautiful warrior sisters, and it's amazing getting to meet people and put faces and that human touch behind everything
Like you're not looking
online.
at us on a computer screen.
Exactly, and learning everybody's stories and what everybody deals with. It's what your journey is and the people around you, but getting to learn more about everybody else's journey, it empowers you and it helps you. It gives you it gives you, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it gives
Like
you motivation.
right?
Yeah, it motivates you to want to fight and want to bring awareness and want to go through the struggle that we go through. I mean, you don't have a choice.
Right.
But
It makes it easier.
it makes it easier knowing that there are people that go through this with you, you know. And I mean, we had a relationship online, you know, because we'd reach out to each other when we'd see that, you know, she's in the hospital, how are you doing, or whatever, you know. But it just makes that bond so much stronger,
Yes.
you know. So yeah, I enjoyed getting to meet you guys, you know, and we understand, and as women and having children and families, you know, it's just a lot of different connections on different levels, and the support is amazing.
Right.
You know, like, for example, I'm not feeling well, and I wasn't even going to come down.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are feeling well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot for the weekend, going. But these two literally came upstairs, and she grabbed Ariana, my daughter, and did her hair, and they like threw her in her dress, and they're like helping me get ready, and they just, it was such a community moment. It was like, it brings tears to my eyes, honestly, the support. You know, like, having women that you just met come upstairs, come to your room, and literally drag you out of your sick bed because they understand and they can relate to what you're feeling and what you're going through, and they're willing to sacrifice being there for me to make sure that I can be a part of it, you know. And that's a different level. And I mean, in our everyday lives, we have our family and friends that are there to support us, but you never know what it's like unless you experience it yourself.
So the support is different.
It's
Because when your family, that, you know, they support you as much as they can,
But they don't know how.
but they don't fully understand. Like, you can't get it unless you
Have it.
You have it and you've lived it, and you've been through it. Like, I can talk to you guys and say, oh, it feels like knives stabbing me. You like, yeah, I know exactly. Or when my husband, like, he is my biggest supporter. When I say that to him, he'll be like, I'm sorry, but like, I know he supports me, but he doesn't
fully understand.
He doesn't get it. Okay, so how do you make somebody get it? I don't really know if you can make them get it. You can
try to help them understand and explain how it feels.
Yeah, I try to like dumb down anything. And I break it down to like the lowest level. I don't, so that they understand, and I tell them like it's not just like I don't feel good, like my blood, how my blood is made. Like, mentally you can be okay, and physically you cannot walk. Like, so I mean, I just explain it to them. I explain the emotional part. I explain how it affects, you know, my marriage, my kids, how it affects everything. Like, we have to sell our business. Like, I was a fully worked full-time business owner, full-time mom, wife, all that, and had to stop that because of my sickle cell. So, I mean, I tell them that, and then they're like, okay. So when you really tell them the things that you go through, I guess that helps them understand a little bit more.
Like me personally, even when you were talking about, like, you know, how they came up to your room and helped you out, that's the reason why I did Pretty and Slim with Sickle Cell, to build a real sisterhood. Because there's things that we go through that we don't like to talk about with guys. So it's just kind of like we can come to each other. And like you said, like, I have siblings, they know what I go through, or people who's around me that love and care about me, they know what I go through. But you guys can understand me way better because you guys live the same lifestyle that I live. And I know what you mean by like losing your jobs and stuff like that. I've got fired from plenty of jobs, and when I got fired from my last job, that's when I told myself, I'm going to actually start my business. I'm going to do this YouTube channel thing, and I'm just going to do it because it's hard to work, and you're a good worker, but your illness stops you.
You're back. And it's not something that you do purposely. Sickle cell is a disease of unsurety. You know, you never know what 1 minute is going to be like as opposed to the other. You know, and something that you were saying, like, to me, I always say this to people, like when they try to understand about sickle cell and stuff. Sickle cell is a disease where the pain is immense, it's excruciating, but that comes and goes. But the emotional pain, the psychological pain of what you deal with, it's worse than the physical pain. It never leaves you.
Right, because even if you're not in pain, you have to think about what you're doing and how you're doing things if it's going to put you in pain. And then if it does put you in pain, what's going to happen from there? Then are they going to treat you right at the hospital? Who's going to watch the kids? Your husband? Like, it's so, that
it's
never
always
stops.
an emotional and psychological battle, you know. Even and that makes it worse. It makes the pain more intense. It makes everything so much more intense when your mind is not settled. When your mind is in pain, as well as your body being in pain, you know, it's just a different level. And, you know, it goes back to people understanding. They can sympathize. Everybody's felt pain. People know what pain is. They don't know what our pain is. But people understand what physical pain is. But the emotional pain of sickle cell, it's something that unless you experience it, you won't know. You know what I mean? And it's not easy. And I go through life with a lot of people saying to me, "Oh, you're so strong," you know, and I don't know how I would do it, whatever. I don't even know how I do it sometimes. You know, it's like I get up and I put one foot in front of the other. That's it. And that's it.
So how does sickle cell affect, like, you know, your self-esteem? How does sickle cell affect you emotionally? You were talking about. How does sickle cell affect your relationship? How does sickle cell affect your life with your family, your siblings, anybody? Like, you know, what would you say?
I actually did a video about, you know, how it affects you emotionally and also relationships. Like, as far as you guys probably, it's great because you get it. Like, me and my husband, we've been together 16 years, married 13 years, so he definitely gets it. But it can, when you don't feel good, you're hurting, you're cranky, you're not fully thinking,
just leave me alone.
and it's horrible. But people, you're rougher with the people that you love, and so there's been a lot of times when I've been sick and I've been snippy at the kids or my husband, and like, I had to, first of all, I had to see that myself, because of course they seen it, but I had to see that myself and like check myself, like, listen, you know, you're sick, you can't take it on them, they're trying to help you, they're here. So I mean, it definitely can affect it, and I just had to be strong enough to basically see my wrong and check it.
And also, do you guys find that people around you kind of become desensitized a bit? It's almost like, oh, you're sick again,
she's sick again.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's
you're
like,
back in the hospital.
yeah, you know, and it's
like, they don't understand how serious it is.
Not at all.
Yeah, they don't understand how
you know,
serious
how
it
does
is.
that make you feel, though? Like, I know for me, it's difficult because you feel like you don't have the support. And a lot of times people don't understand when we say support. Like, what does support mean to you? Because support to everybody is different. Like, what's your definition of support? If you were sick and you needed somebody, how could they best support you? How would you define that?
Just being there, like, it's different from calling and texting and actually being there, you know. And especially in a relationship, you have to have that thing, especially when you see yourself being with this person long term. You have to be able to call, text, and be there
Physically.
Yeah.
Exactly, physically. If you're not there physically, it's just kind of like, you know, anybody can call it text.
Exactly.
But anything can happen in a split second, especially with sickle cell. Well, with anyone in general, but you know, with us, in a split second, anything can happen. And for you to call and 1 minute, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm doing great. And then the next, and then the next moment, you know, me personally, just in April, I had cold blue card on me. So in one moment, literally, before I went to sleep, I was perfectly fine. The next minute,
You're coding.
yes. So, and
Yeah,
it's just kind of hard to
like I've done a video on, like, I think about friends and family supporting you, and I actually feel like the same thing. You're there, and when I did it, a lot of the comments were, oh, you know, I like for people to be there too. I think maybe 2 comments out of all the 20 comments were, oh, I just want to be left alone. But most people we're
need
people, we're
somebody
human. We need that.
That
Like,
touch and
right.
that comfort.
So them actually being there, or if you can't be there, then just say you can't, so that I understand, and I'm not
feeling
thinking that you're gonna
isolated.
come. Or I'm not thinking you're gonna come. Oh, maybe this person is, or lying and said, oh, I'm gonna come and don't come. No, if you can't say, you know what, I'm sorry, I really can't, but I'm praying for you, or the nice word, something, instead of letting us think you're coming.
And for me, support is also being there physically. I'm an only child. My mother has been my rock my entire life, and she's always there. But I don't just want her there. I have a huge family, and I have cousins that drive. I have aunts and uncles. You know, I just need somebody there. I'll say, hey, I'm in the hospital. I don't need them to say, oh, you're back there, okay, whatever. And they move on with their lives, but I'm still laying in the hospital bed like, where is somebody?
And sickle cell is a disease of loneliness.
It is.
You know, and a lot of people don't realize being in a hospital, it's 24 hours a day of solitude, of feeling like you're in prison. It's like a prison sentence sometimes, you know. And even having somebody stop by for 5 minutes and say, hey, do you want me to drop something off for you? It can mean the difference of you just kind of wallowing and feeling just isolated and alone, and that emotional aspect makes the physical aspect worse. You know, so even sometimes just somebody saying, you know what, let me stop by, like with me, you know, and you can relate to this, so having kids, like to have somebody just bring your kids to see you for an hour, it can make such a difference. Right. You know, because you're alone, you're isolated from the people that you love, and you know, like that's support. Right. That's the type of support. When we say we need support, it's like, you know, put yourself in that situation. If you were in a hospital bed for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, alone, what would you want somebody to do for you? You know, so thank you guys so much for sharing. I really appreciate it. And you know, like I'm so glad that I had this opportunity to meet you guys, because I've made lifelong friends. Like you guys are, you know, it's like a sisterhood, you know, and I absolutely fell in love with you guys this weekend, and I really, really appreciate the support today from you guys. Like, so one question I have for you guys: if there was a word or a phrase or something that you could use to explain to people about sickle cell, like so that they can understand it, what would that be?
Education. Because I can tell somebody about sickle cell all day long, but they will have to educate themselves first, or as I tell them, so that they can understand. They won't know what it feels like, but they, you know, the education, they'll learn what it does, how I get it, where it comes from, you know, and sympathize with me. And my word is education.
Nesha?
I don't know if it's something I would say, or if it's more that what I would ask is that they treat our disease and us just as important as they treat every other disease. That diseases shouldn't be treated a certain way off of race or money, or, you know,
How long you're gonna live.
countries, anything. It shouldn't be. It's every disease, no matter how big or small it is important and should get the same amount of funding, should get the same amount of education. It should be equal. Like just how they have rights, it should be rights with diseases, so that it's equal in that, because it shouldn't have to be like, oh, we have to wait until this many people die or this many people suffer. That would be my thing, is just that they treat all diseases equally. So, and if they did that, then they would know more about it.
I totally agree with them and what they're said, but you know, knowledge is power. So if you know, if you go and take the time, just like yesterday, I've asked someone who's big on nutrition and food and health, and I said, well, what is this little thing? What is it for? What would it do? Why should I take it? And what he told me is, I'm not going to tell you, because if you really want to know, you'll do what? I said, I'll look it up. And he said, so look it up. So if you really want to know, you'll look it up. Also, what he said was too, if you were walking in the garden and then you like a flower, if you love a flower, you would pick it if you like it. If you love that flower, you will leave it there. You know, like that's deep to me. So basically, knowledge is power, and if you love somebody, you will try to learn what goes on with them.
Right. What's hurting,
you know,
what's affecting them.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Thanks, guys. That's really deep, and that's, you know, just different perspectives on what you know, sickle cell is to everybody and what everybody's needs are and their thoughts and stuff. And you know, this is why we do this channel, is to bring awareness, is to bring knowledge, is to educate people, and in hopes that the people that come after us, that we can pave a way for them so that their struggle and their walk won't be as difficult as ours. You know,
especially the kids growing up now.
Right, you know, because I mean, it's going to be hard regardless, but if we can do something and lay some groundwork for them and make their struggle a lot easier, help them to be able to get access to funding, help them to be able to get access to good health care and all of the things that we need so that we can have a somewhat normal life.
Right.
You know, this is why we fight this fight. This is why we get together. This is why we do these events. This is why we put our lives out there to show you guys so that we can educate the public and educate the world on this disease, you know, and coming together and creating these bonds. It's so important for that. And I appreciate you guys so much. And we will definitely keep in touch.
Yeah, for sure.
And you guys make sure and check these beautiful ladies out on their respective channels and, you know, follow them and see what they're up to. And thank you so much for being with us.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you next time. Thanks. Bye.
They treat our disease and us just as important as they treat every other disease. That diseases shouldn't